Hello and welcome. In this video, we will create a countdown timer as an exercise. Alright, let me show you how the program should work. When we run the program, it has to ask the user to enter the time in seconds. I will enter 3750 for example. And when I hit the enter key on the keyboard, it has to start counting down. Okay, like this. And at the end, meaning when it reaches 0, it has to print a message time's up. Alright, so let us start writing the program for this. Alright, for this exercise, we will have to import a module by the name time. Okay, this is because there is a pretty useful function within the time module by the name sleep. So here I will say time.sleep and I will have two brackets. Okay, so this is the sleep function. Now what does this sleep function do? I will explain this with a simple example. Okay. In the brackets, I will say 3 and here I will say hello. Okay. And now when I run this, you can see there is a pause and then we have our output, right? So what this sleep function does is it will pause the program for these many seconds of time before continuing with the program. Meaning our program will essentially sleep for this amount of seconds before continuing on with the execution. Okay, so here I will say 10. Okay, and I will clear this, and now when I run this, you can see that nothing happens for 10 seconds, but after 10 seconds passes, it displays our message hello. Okay, so this is the use of the sleep function. We can use this function of the time module to sleep for a given amount of time. Alright, so let me clear this. Now, we will use this function in our countdown timer. Okay. Now here I will declare a variable by the name countertime. And now what we will do is we will ask the user how long they would like to set the timer for. Okay. So here I will say int and input and in brackets and in quotes enter the time in seconds. Alright. And now I will create a for loop. Okay. We can use a while loop also, but then I will use a for loop in this case. Okay. Now we will need some sort of counter. So let me say for x in range 0 to this value, whatever the user enters, print x. Alright, now let me run this program. It says enter the time in seconds. I will enter 3 and when I hit enter key on the keyboard, it displays 0, 1, 2. Meaning 3 will be stored in this, and from 0 to 3 excluded, the value will be stored in x and it will be printed out. Okay, so you know how this for loop works. Let me clear this. Now, when I run this program, I get numbers 0, 1, 2 immediately. But I do not want that. I want the program to print each number after a second passes. And so let me use time.sleep and let me say 1 in this. Okay. I want the program to pause for 1 second and then print the value. Let me run this and enter 3. And you can see there is a pause of 1 second between the printing, right? But now what I want to do is count down, meaning I want to start from this value and go till 0. And so what I will do is I will remove this from here and have it here, and then give the step value as -1. Okay, let us run this, and now I will enter 3 once again, and it starts from 3, 2 and 1. If you have noticed, when I enter 3 and hit the enter key on the keyboard, there is a pause of 1 second before the first number is printed out, right? If you do not want that, then you can have this sleep function after the print statement. Now when I run this and when I enter 3, you can see 3 is printed immediately, and then there is a pause of 1 second. Okay, so depending on where you place this function, the output changes. All right, so let me have it here for now. Okay, now after the countdown, I want the program to print time's up. Okay, so let me run this and let me check. 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Alright, so far so good. So it starts from the entered value and goes till 1 because this is excluded. Okay, this is excluded in the step of -1. Alright. Next, I do not want to print the number directly like this. I want it to be in the format of a digital clock. Okay, I want to have hours, minutes and seconds. All right, so what we will now do is write the logic to calculate seconds, hours and minutes. Okay, first let us start with seconds. So I will say seconds is equal to x mod 60. Okay, this modulo operator gives us the remainder when x is divided by 60, and this gives us the current second value. Okay, and within this print statement I will have an f string and I will say 0, 0 for hours, 0, 0 for minutes and 0, 0 for seconds. Okay, but in this place I will have a placeholder and I will say seconds. Okay, this variable. Alright, so now let me check this. I will enter the time in seconds. I will enter 5 and you can see I get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and time's up. Right? So it is working as intended. But then I do not want 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want 0, 5, 0, 4, 0, 3, 0, 2 and 0, 1. And to get this, we can use the format specifier. Okay, so here After seconds, I will have a colon and I will have 2D. Okay? Meaning I want 2 digits after seconds. Okay? So let me clear this and check this. I will run and I will enter 12 and it starts from 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 and it goes on till 1 and then gives us the times up message. So we have 2 digits here and also we have 2 digits here. But then this place is empty. I do not want this to be empty. I want 0 to be printed here. I want 0 to be printed here. I want 0 to be printed here till the end. Meaning I need to have 0 padding here. And to do that, we can mention 0 before 2. Okay. So let me close this and now let me run this and see how it works. I will enter 11 and it starts from 11, 10, 9, 8 and so on. And you can see that we have a 0 padding before the numbers, right? So we have these zeros and these zeros were printed using this or by typing this. If I have one more 0 and if I say 3 here, see how the output changes. I will run this now and I will enter 11 and you can see we have 3 digits corresponding to this value 3 and then we have 2 zeros as padding, meaning 2 zeros will be printed here. Okay, out of 3 digits 2 will be 0. So here this is 11. There are 2 digits and so only 1 0 is printed. Alright, but we do not want this, we want only 2 and so let me clear this. Okay, so the seconds value is taken care of. Now let us proceed to minutes. Here I will say minutes and inside brackets I will say x divided by 60 and then outside I will have modulo 60. Okay, and this I will convert into int. Okay, x divided by 60 because there are 60 seconds within a minute. Okay, and then I have typecast it because I want only the whole part. So first we divide x by 60 to get the total number of minutes and then we take only the integer part and use the modulo operator again with 60 to make sure that the minutes value doesn't go above 60. Okay, we can't go above 60 for either minutes or seconds, right? And this is why I am using modulus 60. Alright, now here in this place I will have a placeholder and I will say minutes and then I will say 0 to D. Okay, now let me run this and let me type 66. Okay, and when I hit enter it starts from 1 minute 6 seconds and starts counting down. After it reaches 1 it goes till 0 and it says time's up. So this is working fine. Now let me deliberately stop the program. Okay, so the minutes part is working fine. So now let us proceed to hours. Here I will say hours equal to in brackets x divided by 3600, and then I will typecast this to integer. Okay, I am dividing x by 3600 because there are 3600 seconds in an hour. Okay, so here we divide x by 3600 and then take the integer part to get the total number of hours. Alright. Now here I will not have modulus 24 because I don't have days within my f string. Okay. We are displaying only hours, minutes and seconds. Alright. So now let us include hours here. So I will say hours and I will have two decimal values with 0 padding. Okay. Now when I run this and when I enter 3750, it starts with 1 hour, 2 minutes and 30 seconds and keeps on counting down. Alright. So this is working fine. So yes, this is our countdown timer program.